Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Jackie if you're new here, and it is now 6:30 a.m. I am at the train station in Lausanne because I'm heading to the airport because fellow authortube Nicole Wilbur is in Europe, so we thought we'd catch up while we're both on the same continent and do like a mini writing retreat. So today I'm heading to Nice. So I just checked into our Airbnb. I spent a couple of hours this morning at a cafe waiting to be able to check in. And this place is huge. Like, look, this is just like the living areas. There were all of these couches and then like this open kitchen behind me. And then there are two separate bedrooms as well. So I feel like, I feel like this is way too big for Nicole and I. So we're not actually going to have a party, but I feel like we should be having a party here to use the space properly. But as you can see, I'm a bit tired. So she just sent me a message saying she'd landed. I'm like, do I have time to go out and get a sheet mask before she gets here? Because, you know, meeting like internet friends in person for the first time is always like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm worrying about, but I'm like, I feel tired and old. So I want to do something about it. So Nicole has had to step aside to do a work call, so I thought I would catch up on some videos because, as you know, I haven't been doing them much lately. So the first one is my Q3 reading, which shouldn't take long because I didn't read a lot, and then I'm thinking about doing a rambly one on publishing goals, so we'll see how that goes. I am in bed and I can see that the lighting isn't good. And I'm debating whether I can be bothered to get up and turn on the light for this footage. I think we'll manage. So I filmed my Q3 reading vlog, and then I thought I'm going to do my next one about like goals and things. And my camera overheated, which it does every 25 to 30 minutes, so that stopped. And when it stopped, I went, okay, I'm going to lie down for a bit, because that was my original plan. Nicole had her meeting, so I was like, okay, I'm going to have a shower and maybe I'll try having a nap or something before dinner because life's been so busy for the past, basically since May, because May is when all of the immigration stuff started for Switzerland. So we had May, June, July, which was all the prep, and then August was moving there and admin and so on. And then September, it wasn't as busy, but like there was a work trip for a week, and the first week of October there was also another work trip, so work got very busy, and October has slowed down a bit again, and thankfully I've got this time off, but it's sort of like these things keep happening and there's been no time to slow down, and I have 5 days off now, and the way I've been looking at them is like, oh, okay, I wonder how much I can get written in that time. I wonder like how much I can get organized for Nanowrimo. I should catch up on videos. And it's like, Jackie, that's not how you're supposed to use time off. And I didn't really realize how destructive that was until my camera died, and I went to lie down and went, I can't lie down. I have that like tired but wired feeling, like I'm almost shaky with the need to do something, and that's not healthy. And I'm almost shaky with the need to do something, and that's not healthy. And it just, like, I knew it had been so long since I'd been able to stop, and like I mentioned, post-immigration things have been busy because multiple work trips. We had like a virtual AMA, which is very, it doesn't sound that big, but it's a big marketing project. There's a lot of effort that goes into it, and I'm head of marketing. And yeah, I've just been so busy for the past, what is that, 6 months now? 6 months, 5 months? I think it's the end of October, so I think that's 6. God, I kind of keep, this is what's happening to my brain. My brain is spaghetti now. It doesn't do its job anymore. Because I don't know how to relax anymore. Because I work and am constantly on the go. Like yesterday I had, I think, 12 meetings. I had a 15-minute break for lunch, and the rest of the day was back-to-back meetings. And it's always, you know, bam, 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 bam. And I'm having less and less time for like deep focused work. And when I do get the time, I'm so spent that I don't do that. Like I've barely been reading, and I'm just watching things on YouTube, and that I suppose it's been enough of a mental break when it's been something my brain can do when I'm not sleeping and also don't want to be working. But it isn't really good for recovering, and I only just realized that today when the minute I stopped doing stuff, I was suddenly, shaky and tired but wired. And I'm not sure what that means for writing and authortube and even this holiday. I'm like, have I forgotten how to relax? So yeah, I think maybe I do still want to do some writing on this. Like originally Nicole and I were talking about it as a writing retreat, and I would still like to do some writing or some writing related things. But I'm also wondering if maybe this is time when I should be recalibrating and almost teaching my body and my brain how to relax again. Maybe my time would be better spent doing some meditation or long walks, since that's probably the one thing I still do that helps. So yeah, I'm in bed because Nicole's meeting's still happening, so I'm like, okay, let's try this relaxing thing and see how it goes. Maybe it's a skill I can relearn. Hello, it is Friday morning, and the big plan for today is to do an Old Town tour of me. So we're in the Old Town now, and then we've already committed that later today we're going to actually go back to our Airbnb and make some time for writing, because Nanowrimo is like 3 days away and neither of us is very well prepared. So yeah, I think she's going to be doing some plotting and outlining. I'm going to be... There's an unhappy baby behind me. So she's going to be doing some plotting and outlining. I'm going to start writing my draft of The Glass Witch. So we've finished our walking tour. We just went for lunch at an amazing Italian place, and I am so full. So now I'm just wandering around the Old Town a little bit, and we're going to head back to our Airbnb and finally get some writing done on this supposed writing retreat. So Nicole and I just got back, and we're going to get to work and do some writing. But first, I wanted to share with you this very exciting discovery, which is this tea. Says clear ideas. So my plan is I'm going to drink some of this, and then I will magically be a better person, and I'm going to knock out the book this afternoon. So let's see how I go. So I've been writing for about an hour, and I have another 922 words, which honestly I'm pretty okay with given how long it's been since I've done any writing. And if I add that to the 900 I did earlier today, I've actually done more than what is expected in NaNoWriMo days. So hopefully I can keep this up in November. The one challenge I'm running into is that because this is set in a historical period that I have
Actually, let's take a step back because I don't think I've actually talked about the project in this video. So the project I'm going to be working on in Nanowrimo, which I'm working on now, is The Glass Witch, which is about a glass-blowing apprentice in Venice who basically discovers this statue of a girl made out of glass, and she desperately wants to figure out who made it. This leads her onto a journey to discover a witch and magic and so on and so forth. And it's in Renaissance Venice and leads up to Carnival, so it should be a lot of fun. One of the challenges is that even though I've been doing research on Renaissance Venice, it's really hard to find details about daily life and so on. So I'll write a little bit and then I'll have to stop and go, oh, what's this called? Or what should this person be wearing? And some of the time I've just done like note to self, fill this out later. But then there are some things where like, at the moment we're in the glass workshop and I'm like, well, what is she actually making? And what can she make where we can have like one bit assigned to the more senior apprentices so she gets jealous of them? So that means the progress is slower than I'd like, but the fact that I'm making progress at all, given that I haven't done anything in months, is really, really positive. So it's going in the right direction. Good morning. It's about 7:45 on Saturday, so the second last day of the trip, unfortunately. Last night we went to one of my friend's places and she cooked us an amazing Persian dinner and brought us like these little cakes from the local bakery or patisserie, so we basically rolled home last night because we were so full. And then this morning we're going on a food walking tour, so I think we will be very full again in a few hours. So there's about an hour before we leave and I want to get some writing done. At this point, I've done the prologue. I'm working my way through the first scene. It would be great to finish the first chapter, though I'm not sure when my chapter breaks will be. And I don't know if this was something I had planned for Powerless or it came to me intuitively with Powerless, but yeah, I feel much more out of my depth with this book, but I also think that's just because I haven't done this in a while, so the best way to get over it is to do it. I've finished my writing, got I think 942 words done, and I'm feeling really optimistic about this project now. Like, it makes me wonder, why haven't I been writing for so long? Like, I could have been doing this the entire time. But it's better to start late than never. So we're about to head off. I have a very special guest with me. Hi! So we've got a food tour of Nice today, and yeah, we're going to head off, get very full for like the 4th day in a row. Yeah. Probably sleep and hopefully do some more writing later this afternoon. Yes! So we got home from the food tour a few hours ago, and I've just spent the last hour and a half writing, which is not as much time as we've been home. I wasted a lot of it, but one of the nice things about having time off is you have time to waste, which is probably not the best attitude, but it is what it is. So I've been writing for the last hour and a half and got another 2,000 words, which is really exciting. Like, part of me is almost like surprised at how easily this is happening, and part of me wonders, like, is it actually any good, or is it sort of self-indulgent stuff when I decide to take a tangent down memory lane for one of the characters? So I think that's obviously not something I can judge at the moment. I'll need to go back and reread it like once it's written. But yeah, just the fact that I'm writing words and continuing to write words is a really good sign, and I do wish I'd gotten back into this earlier. So fingers crossed that I don't run out of steam before Nanowrimo, because yeah, that would not be great. But from here, I think I've done enough for today. I am partway through a scene, so I sort of like to finish when I've got a little bit more to go because that gives me something to get started with the next day. So I'd like to finish that tomorrow. And from here, I guess Nicole and I are going to look for somewhere nice for dinner.
So we randomly stumbled across the Villa Massena, which is having a Heroes of Literature exhibition today, which is kind of perfect for Nicole's and my last day in Nice.
So we've been working from the terrace bar of Nicole's hotel, where she's going to be staying for the next few days. I've written another 900 or so words, and I'm actually up to the scene that I already had written previously, which is when Kiara first sees the statue of a glass girl that sets the whole plot in motion. So it's exciting to be at this bit. I don't know if I've got enough there, but like I've been saying for the last day or so, I think it's just exciting to be writing again. So I do feel a bit written out though, so I'm going to do a little bit of editing for the next hour or so before I head to the airport. So this is future Jackie. I'm back in Switzerland and realised I had nothing to sign off on this video, so obviously made it home safely and yeah, had a great week in Nice. Thank you, Nicole, for letting me know you were in Europe and for organising the Airbnb and everything. I had an awesome time, and on the writing side, I'm really just happy to have started writing again. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye.